Hey y'all, welcome back to the Indigo Corner. I am Dr. Ken, your intuitive guide for the Indigo Corner. And if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to the corner. I got a chair for y'all this week over there. I also got a painting too. I really wanted to show y'all that painting. I'll probably show y'all on Saturday. But there's a chair. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And for my my returners, welcome back to the Indigo Corner. It has been some time, y'all. And again, if you've been with me on this channel and on this journey, you know what this all means to me in terms of my own gifts and my journey of discovering them. And on this journey, I appreciate, as I said in my first video, all of you that are supporting, sending the videos out. I really, really appreciate it. The last couple of, I said like last week, last 10 days, has been a little bit of a shift. Spirit has had me sit down for a second to be introduced to even more of my gifts, learning more about myself and things of that nature. So welcome back to this episode of What I See for America. And I believe we're at episode 14 now. And I think one of the new gifts that I have been exploring and really connecting with spirit on is my ability to channel people who have passed on, channel people who are currently here, and I can channel through that to their higher selves. And it's really been a interesting journey learning about these gifts. And so tonight I am excited to share with you all that I channeled Audre Lorde. She's over there. And I love Audre very much. And I went to channel her, and she did give me some messages that I'll be sharing tonight. I'm super excited to tell you. I didn't ask her too many questions because again, I'm really new to it. And so as I am really continuing to respect that gift of mine and ensuring that it is the right ways and spirit wants me to go, I'm excited to share this first channeling with you. So everything I say here in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything that I say here is also alleged, and also in the comments. Want to shout out a couple of people. Shout out to Tati, Moonlight Energy, again over at Leo Zodiac, Archangel Channel, Trisha over there. I really want to also shout out my spiritual circle and team and people who continue to watch this video and share it as well. So in tonight's episode of What I See for America, I'm going to start with the world energy and sort of seeing for the next week what the world energy will be. I got some really good feedback from one of my viewers who was like, Dr. Ken, you are worldwide now. Like, I watch you from New Zealand. So would you be open to like seeing like what does it look like in the world? I'm like, absolutely. And so I am going to be switching this. The first change is I'm going to be switching this series from What I See for America to What I See for the world. The world. So excited to pull on that this evening. There's two other areas before I share with you the channeled messages I got from Madam Audre Lorde, pardon. The first I want to read on this Harvard situation. Child, girl. I feel like I wanted to stay away from the energy of that whole situation until today, ironically, when there was this big announcement around um, student visas. And so I definitely want to look into that entire sort of situation. And then I'll get into sort of the channeling messages. So once again, we'll start with some world energy. I'll get into the Harvard and the Chinese student situation. And then I'll share my channel messages from Audre, and then we'll let y'all go. All right. Let me do my prayer protection and we'll get started. Give me 1 second. Ashe. Amen. Okay. All right, y'all. Tonight, we are going to certainly have our nifty pendulum. We know and love her. I'm going to definitely use my Light Seers deck. And I think we're going to give our Afro Anime Tarot a break this week. And we're going to go to the Tarot of the Sacred Kingdoms. And of course, we'll be pulling songs this week as well. All right, let's get started. How have y'all been? How has your holiday weekends been? I hope that you all really, for those of you here in America that celebrated that weekend, hopefully you had some rest. For those of you from around the world, hopefully you're having a great week and that your energy is in a good place. And so I want to share what I sort of see in sort of the world energy. We're going to pull on that first. When I asked Spirit to sort of reveal to me the world energy, I wanted to get the world's energy for the next 3 months. Because the world seems to be moving, slower than we're used to. And this sort of Five of Swords in reverse came out. Okay. So Five of Swords upright is all about despair, confusion. Things might be moving a little bit fast that is creating this confusion. And Five of Swords in reverse, it's like taking the pause to evaluate what can be causing that confusion, right? So with the Five of Swords in reverse, this is showing me that, the world is pausing and like really reevaluating like what this confusion is coming from and not being clear about it, but also moving slow toward a solution. Because if it was upright, you feel like there's no solution and like there's a lot of things sort of pecking at you, and then there's like that shadow person back there. But the Five of Wands in reverse in this instance is showing me like the shadows are being revealed. See, right? Like this is back there. The light is pouring down, right? And on top of that, the pause feels like it's causing some confusion as well. So the world energy is really taking pause to reevaluate sort of in this next week, the next 3 months in particular, like a lot of pausing, a lot of sort of like, okay, let's reevaluate. Not necessarily feeling like upset about that. The Chariot. Coming fast. Not feeling upset about it, but like going towards solutions with great choices that make sense. Okay? Chariot is a major arcana card, and so with this card coming up right after the Five of Swords, it's showing that the universe is saying like, we are going to be moving toward a solution very fast in the next 3 months. Once the world finishes this Five of Swords in reverse energy. Oh, sorry about that. And it does feel like, especially with this chariot coming after the Five of Swords, that like it's providing the clarity and that and this energy that we are going to be moving into in terms of the clarity will be because of this pause. The chariot is about moving forward. And then of course in this deck there's two choices. There's a light choice and a dark choice. And I'm hearing that we are certainly on the path of the light choice, but the next 3 months is going to continue to sort of really bring us a lot of sort of thinking around, like pausing. Okay. And then I got, okay, how you want that to fall, Spirit? Ten of Pentacles. Family, joy. Yeah, so after, it feels like 3 months is going to be a good time for us to really reevaluate, recalibrate, rethink, relearn, re-understand, unlearn, and then find community. Ten of Pentacles has been coming up a lot in a number of different readers spaces, including this channel. This is, I want to say this is probably the third episode that Ten of Pentacles came up in terms of the energy of a collective, country, group, or otherwise. So this feels to me with the Five of Swords in reverse, the Chariot, and then the Ten of Pentacles, that this 3 months is going to be sort of the end of this sort of despair. I don't know why I'm saying the Hangman, even though the Hangman is not here. But the Hangman is coming into my brain for some reason, which is giving me the opportunity to think about the pause that we are going through right now. And I think a lot of times people are also asking questions about like, wait, this isn't going the way I thought it should go, or it's not going as fast as I thought it should go. And that is also creating like this topsy-turvy, upside down situation with the Five of Swords in reverse. But the Chariot and the Ten of Pentacles here, very positive cards. Like, Spirit is saying that I'm going to move you forward toward the peace that I want you to have. And it's sort of already written. And then the Ten of Pentacles is like, that's the reward, right? Look at that. Look at that. So it's giving very much like the world in the next 3 months is going to absolutely reevaluate. It's going to ask questions. It's going to bring more people in. Thank you, Spirit. Bring more people in for advice, questions. And then the community, the world community, is standing up. And thank you, Spirit. They just reminded me about what's going on in Russia and Ukraine and, in Israel and Gaza. Like, there's a lot of things happening that we are aware of. And Spirit is actually preparing us for, like, once all of this is sort of done being reevaluated and rethought and rethunk, that's when we'll start to sort of see this. And it's certainly in the next 3 months. It feels like this evaluation is going to be happening for 3 months. Let me ask my pendulum. Let me ask my nifty pendulum. Y'all, I love my pendulum. I love this thing. All right, let's give it a test. Oh, wait, it's upside down. My board is upside down. Let's give it a test. So if you're new to the channel, I use my pendulum to help answer any clarifying questions that may come through the reading, or just really help me continue to sharpen my gifts. So I do have a clarifying question, Spirit. So first to test, is my name Nathan? Is my name Nathan, Spirit? Is my name Nathan? Okay, you see that's no. Okay, clear the center, please. Clear the center, please. Thank you. Is my name Kenneth? Is my name Kenneth, Spirit? Is my name Kenneth? So you see how it swings the other direction? That's yes. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Clear the center. Spirit, will the world in the next 3 months shift into a positive feeling? Will the world in the next 3 months shift into a more positive feeling? Swinging yes. Okay. All right. Yeah. It feels like, like a lot of rethinking, a lot of rejuvenation, a lot of conversations. And that Ten of Pentacles there after the Chariot is Spirit saying this Chariot is moving, and it's going to be imperative that you all really, really support one another and learn from each other, because that's the only way we're going to get to feel the energy of this Chariot, even though it's going to happen, right? Like, that's happening, but this came after it, right? So it feels like this next 3 months is going to be pivotal for the world energy. Okay. Okay. Let's get into Harvard, y'all. Child, I don't know what is going on. Yes, I do. I actually do know what's going on, but I'm not sure people have caught on yet. But I am going to certainly ask a question before I go into the pulling of cards for this Harvard situation. So the question I have for Spirit regarding this Harvard situation, I'm just really curious. I have a hunch. I've been seeing a couple people say some things like this as well, but I want to make sure for myself here and for y'all too. So, all right, Spirit. Is Donald Trump going after Harvard because of vindictive reasons? Are there vindictive reasons as to why Donald Trump is going after Harvard? Okay, see that? Yes. Clear the center. Please, Spirit, thank you. Spirit. Is the vindictive reason because Barron did not get into Harvard? Is the vindictive reason because Barron did not get into Harvard? Yes. Saying yes. It's a little bit hard too. Yeah. Yeah, like I've been sort of like thinking about like, wow, like you really are that upset that you will wait until, wow. It's a different type of energy for an individual to have that level of vindictiveness. But there we have it. I'm going to pull from the Tarot of Sacred Kingdoms. And what I'm going to pull to read on the outcome of this situation. This is the Tarot of the Sacred Kingdoms. So, I want to know the outcome of the Harvard Chinese visa situation. Wow. A card fell. I won't tell y'all what it is. Let's see if it comes out again. I'll tell you. But so yeah, I just want to know what is the outcome of this Harvard student visa situation. Yeah, I just want to pull to see the outcome. Let's be more specific. Spirit, show me the outcome of the Harvard Trump debacle for the next 30 days. Because I did see that there was a government, like a judge giving them 30 days to respond. So please show me. Let's do 3 cards. Outcome of Donald Trump in. Okay, Spirit, how do you want this to fall? Okay. Donald Trump and Harvard University. You want that to fall? Yes? No? Yes? No? Okay. Okay. So, I will show you the cards as they came out. First card I saw when I asked about the ultimate outcome of the Harvard Donald Trump situation in the next 30 days. First thing I got was 4 of Pentacles. Okay. 4 of Pentacles, contemplating not wanting to share, not wanting to share resources, not wanting to share what you've built, what you've worked hard to earn or gain or to get for yourself. 4 of Pentacles is also about reflection. And even in this card, notice how like he is reflecting on all the things that he has. So 4 of Pentacles is feeling like, well, I'll show you the other 2 cards first. So after I saw the 4 of Pentacles, I saw the 6 of Swords. Moving out of troubled waters, but notice how the light is on the boat. And like the water is all over the place, but the light is on the boat. And everybody is content. Okay. And then the last card I got was the Ace of Cups. Now, listen. The Ace of Cups is my favorite ace of the tarot. I'm not sure we're supposed to have favorites, but I do, and that's fine. But the Ace of Cups is about deep truth and starting over from that deep truth. It's about knowing what your deep intuitive awarenesses are and moving accordingly with that information. Cups are all about intuitiveness, emotion, inside, inner work. So the ultimate outcome with these 3 cards, 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, and Ace of Cups, tells me that Harvard gonna be fine. Harvard's gonna be fine. They're gonna certainly look at like what they have built over years of time and being like, we're not sharing our international student information with you. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. And we're not going to budge on that. 4 of Pentacles, we're not doing that. Right? And then the 6 of Swords tells me like, thank you, Spirit, these are the people at Harvard. Okay? They're like, this is what the orange faced killer think he doing. But that's Harvard right there. And they students. Okay? And then this Ace of Cups, pretty much like we're going to hold on to our things. We're going to build even more community. We're going to move from troubled waters. And we're going to do it with a lot of truth. Spirit say pull one more. We're going to do it with a lot of truth. One more card, Spirit. Oh, okay. All right, so you're just going to, okay. Yeah. Spirit said pull one more card, and 2 popped out. You want to know what two they were? The 9 and the 10 of Pentacles. Like, what? 9 of Pentacles is about manifestations. Just look at that. Butterflies, lots of bliss, joy, peace. Just, this is Harvard. And they're going to celebrate with us. 10 of Pentacles. Fam, this came out in the last question. But 10 of Pentacles, again, is feeling like there's this overwhelming energy that's going to be coming, not only from this Harvard situation, but just in general. Like, we're going toward this energy, and it feels like because we're having more and more conversations that is helping people become more and more aware. And Harvard is going to celebrate with us after they've gotten their manifestation. The 9 and the 10 of Pentacles came out together. So when I put that with these cards here, this is telling me a story. I'm not sure if y'all are able to see the story, but it's telling me a story. It's telling me a story. Like, thank you, Spirit. When I look at this whole spread, the 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, Ace of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, a lot of Pentacles, a lot of money. I mean, it's a lot of money that's wrapped up into all of this. And in the next 30 days, that money is going to become very clear to the people involved, like who is willing to continue to give money and other people who are not. But by and large, the next 30 days for Harvard look like we're going to be celebrating, and our manifestations going to come to pass. So, like, this is all for just a vindictive purpose, and anything that comes from that space is not at all going to prosper. Only things that prosper are things that prosper from love. So, I just want to give you that piece of information. So, yeah, like when the pendulum said that he was like going after them for like what happened to his son, not getting him. There's other things too as well, but yeah, that's standing out for me. I do want to pull a song for Donna, for the Orange Face Killer, to see what song he's gonna be listening to. Y'all see that song pop out? He got Usher, My Boo. I love this song. There's always that one person that will always have your heart. You never see it coming because you're blinded from the start. Know that you're the one from me. It's clear for everyone to see. Oh, baby. Yeah. You gotta rock away to this one. Come on. You will always be my boo. Pardon me. See, I don't know about y'all, but I know about us. And it's the only way we know how to rock. I don't know about y'all, but I know about us. But it's the only way we know how to rock. So this song is telling me, oh yeah, this is Harvard. This is Harvard saying, like, I don't know about y'all. I don't know about the rest of you schools that have capitulated. I don't know the rest of you very high endowment institutions. I don't know about the rest of you girls, but this is how we do things over here in Harvard. And I feel like this song came up for Donald Trump as like something that he would be listening to, is because Harvard feels like the one thing that he's never been able to conquer or buy his way through. And so it's one of those things, like, you're the one that played hard to get. Thank you, Spirit. That's how he sees Harvard. That's how he sees Harvard. Thank you, Spirit. Mm-hmm. All right, so there's that. It's feeling like Harvard is going to be very much on top. Like, they're very clearly, like, not fazed by the bull. He is, like, not at all giving, like, them any scare at all. They're like, we are going to be Harvard throughout this. So I know that's right. Let me just clarify to make sure, because that feels very, very, very clear to me. But I just want to ensure, because y'all, that Harvard situation is a mess. It is a hot mess. Okay. Spirit. Will Harvard win this battle with Donald Trump? Will Harvard win this battle with Donald Trump? Okay, slight yes. I know it though. Just as a little confirmation. Okay. Thank you, Pendulum. Yeah, it feels like they like, please. Just like it's so funny interesting that he's trying to go after Harvard and China in one fell swoop, but it's neither here nor there. All right, I want to go now into my channeled experience, and I appreciate, again, all of you who are in the spiritual community and on this journey with me, who have been patient and just really engaging so much. I just cannot thank you enough. I'm from a time where, YouTubing and social media wasn't a thing. And so it's not lost on me that I know that I come here and I'm vulnerable and I'm sharing things that I typically would not share with, just general people prior to sort of this last year of my journey. So I just am so grateful of all of your support. And as I go and prepare the channel, I want to share with you sort of like how I learned about this. I was certainly, as I was following my spiritual sister Kim's page, I wanted to get more information about a specific channeling practice. And when I learned that I had this gift, I couldn't believe how effortless it was for me. And so I think this portion of what I see for the world, I will be channeling one person per week, right? And I'm not as clearly as I really want to channel people and really ensure that I'm clearly getting their messages. So I'm going to do one per week, and then, let's see what happens in future weeks. So I will now share with you, and I want to think about great ways of how I could share these messages on the screen. And so as I'm learning that, one day there's going to be a way for me to know how to share these messages on the screen as I'm doing them. But for now, I asked Audre Lorde, and if you don't know who Audre is, she was a feminist. She was an activist. She's a poet. She was a lesbian, and was one of James Baldwin's best friends. And James Baldwin is my muse, one of my spirit guides as well. And I've channeled to a number of people that have crossed over, and I'm like, let me see if I could do this in this space. And I went to Audre, and I asked her 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I asked her 3 questions. I wrote her answers here, so they're a little scribbled. But so when I first went into her energy, she was like, and she had what I heard it was not a high pitched feminine voice, but it was very like I wouldn't say it's deep, but deeper than like most women. And it was very like, it put me in the mind of like Michelle Indigo, very much like a Grace Jones voice, like very deep, reverent, know what I'm talking about voice. And she said, she immediately said, "Hey, sweetness." Uh, so I just when I just stood there like, hi. And she was really interesting. She was very um, welcoming. She was like, "I'm so happy to speak to you. Come on and ask me the questions." Like she just was like, "I'm so happy. What you've been waiting on? Come on and ask me the questions." I'm like, okay. And in that moment, I'm like, let me own something here. I was raised in the deep south. Of course, certainly I believe in God. I do believe in a higher power. Certainly not into like the organized religion of everything, but certainly clearly like connected to spirituality. And I think that as I channeled her, I felt a sense of like, I know that you've been taught something, but this is actually happening. Like, this is actually happening. So I appreciated that. And then so my first question to her was, what would you say to the American people or people in the world who is going to listen to this message from you on my channel? And she said, I'd say relax, and relax with some education about yourselves. I was like, oh, what do you mean? You know, relax with some education about ourselves. And I thought she was very, when I was speaking to her, she was very direct, but also like cryptic. And I'm not sure if that's how she was in real life, but that's how she showed up when I channeled her. And then she said, well, what I mean by that is much of what y'all are talking about now, she said, much of what y'all are talking out now, you learned from watching something and very little educating happened. So let me say it again. She said, when she says relax with some education about ourselves, what she was saying, well, what I understood was that she said, much of what y'all are talking out now, you learned from watching something, very little educating. And I thought that was very profound. So I was like, okay. To follow up, do you think that that is a barrier? Or do you think that our educating ourselves will decrease barriers? Or do you feel like this is going to make more barriers show up? And she said, yes, it is decreasing. The walls are decreasing. The barriers are decreasing because of the lessons you've learned around being multidimensional and Black. And she was very intentional about that. And I felt this energy around like Black people in particular being like holding each other and like being the example. And she was saying that the barriers are lessening because we're learning about being multidimensional and Black. So obviously, not every person is going to resonate with that. But I think what I also heard her say was like this Blackness is not about race, but more so about the experience of people from that race. And as people are becoming more and more multidimensional, they're becoming more and more aware of what those issues were, and that we are decreasing those barriers. And then I said, oh, good. Well, what would you say to us as we sort of move into this next month with, the orange-faced killer at the helm? And she said, this blackness is sacred. And as more learn the barriers, the more they will decrease. So it's sacred, meaning that it's something that is to be protected. And as more and more people learn about these barriers, they will decrease. I'm starting to see that, and then I disconnected from her energy and thanked her. I started to see that a little bit, even now that I'm thinking about it, across varying genres of work, right? We're seeing it in the movies. And if you haven't seen Sinners, oh, Lord have mercy. Goodness gracious. I've seen that movie so many times. My favorite movie of all time. Anyway, you're seeing it in the movies. You're seeing it in the music. Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar. You're seeing it in the media. You're seeing it in talk shows. You're just seeing a difference around definition. And what I understood from Audre when she was saying the blackness is sacred is the experience of what that sort of was designed to make people feel like black is wrong, black is negative, black is scary, right? But the blackness is sacred. And as more people learn about the barriers, the more they will decrease. And that was my channel messages from Audre. Okay, y'all. And finally, I do want to send y'all to your week with a, let's do, all right. I did say I wasn't going to use Afro anime deck tonight, but Spirit was like, let's give them a final message to go into their week with. Spirit, guys. For my Indigo Corner subscribers, what is the one card you want them to go up? You want them to go in the week with 2 cards, apparently. Spirit is really giving y'all the messages this evening. I'm here for it. I am here. Oh, wow, y'all. Okay. So, I asked what messages you want us to go into the week with. The first card that came out was Justice. Look at him. Need I say more? And after the Justice card, of course, Justice is a major arcana. I got the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles. These pentacles keep coming out. These pentacles keep coming out. And Justice being on top of that major arcana, we're gonna get some information about some money. Feels like it. But Justice being over that, the news about the money, be careful about that. Because the Justice is over that. Like, Justice over the Page of Pentacles, meaning like there's certainly going to be justice. Justice meaning in the tarot, fairness, balance, ensuring that there is it's karmic, it's a karmic card, it's, things that you have put out there that will be coming back to you. So be careful this week, y'all, around like what you've put out there. And then also look for Justice, because he's going to be right there. Well, she, or however you want to identify the Justice card. And then the Page of Pentacles, like I said, is is a card of news coming in about money, learning about money. Yeah, this week I would be very mindful of your money and the news that's coming in about it. Pay attention to the news in the world about that too, and in America. Okay. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming back to the Indigo Corner. This was wonderful. I hope you all enjoyed. And oh my God, y'all, I am 5 subscribers away from 500. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So if you have not subscribed already, please do. If you are, thank you so much. Let me know how this resonates down in the comments below. Obviously, I'll let you know about all of my logistical information if you want to book a private reading with me as well. Okay? Good night, y'all. See you next time. Bye.